Hello everyone, and welcome to our weather update on the 25th of April 2024. So today we saw a showery rain over Munster and South Leinster, this heaviest in the south and southwest, some quite heavy bursts there, but in the north and northeast of the country we saw some dry spells, but with some sunshine as well. In the far north, cloudy elsewhere. This evening, the shower rain is gradually dying off and pushing to our south. So overnight, the shower rain does linger for a time, though, in the south and southeast. It takes its sweet time to clear away, but by about 7 a.m., the last of it should clear the south coast. Tomorrow morning, we will see some bright spells edging in from the north, though these sunny skies will take quite a while to reach the south of the country through the day. But eventually by evening we get there. Now into Friday nights, we see long clear spells in many areas, with the exception of the east and southeast, where some cloud might push in, along with a few showers on the coast by morning. Also, I think that Saturday morning could be frosty in quite a few areas, quite a cold air mass. Now on Saturday we see some showers forming from the word go in the east, some heavy at times, classic April showers, then moving westwards in the afternoon. So by 3 p.m, focus the showers in the Midlands and north. In the evening, though, they do die off. And I think that in the west, decent chance of staying dry all day. And later on in the east, long sunny spells after a showery middle of the day. Now into the evening on Saturday, we see skies clearing, and Sunday starts off with widespread clear skies and sunshine. Though into the afternoon, cloud does build. A few showers might form, but not as heavy or as frequent as those on Saturday. And into Sunday night even, we see this area of rain pushing in from the west, followed by showers, some heavy on Monday afternoon. Though the far east never really sees a clearance in the rain, and instead just keeps waves of heavy rain coming up from the south, even into the night hours. Finally, on Tuesday morning it clears, and on Tuesday we see a day of sunshine and some showers, heaviest and most frequent in the west, possibly staying drier but cloudier in the east. Now, that is also with a change in wind direction to more of a southerly. So I think that at the start of this forecast for temperature, it'll be cold, but getting milder towards Monday and Tuesday. Now, with tonight's temperatures, we'll see lowest temperatures of around pretty okay 3 to 6 degrees. Bit cool, but not that bad. Tomorrow's highest temperatures below average, of around 7 to 11 degrees. Mildest in the South Midlands. Moving on to tomorrow night, as I said, yes, can be frosty for quite a few places, with lowest temperatures of around -1 to +3 degrees, coldest in the Midlands and north. In Saturday, highest temperatures again, possibly slightly higher than Friday, with highs of around 8 to 12 or possibly 13 degrees in the west, where it's sunniest for longest. Into the evening, we see again temperatures lowering. Again, frosty start possible on Sunday, with lows of around 0 to +4 degrees. And Sunday afternoon, high temperatures of around 10 to 13. So getting a bit milder by then, but still below average. Definitely for the UK as well. Into the nighttime hours, into Monday, a milder start with lows in the mid to high single figures, and into the afternoon. Now, as we'll see a lot of wind and rain, staying around 10 to 14 degrees miles in the west. UK also sees a rise in temperatures, and into Tuesday morning, actually quite a cool start in the south, where the rain clears, lows of around 3 to 8 degrees, southwest to northeast, and into the afternoon on Tuesday, highs of around 11 to 14 Celsius. They're getting milder slightly, but the UK could see 20 on Tuesday, the 30th of April. but that's still below average. Like, we could get a lot higher than this at this time of year. So here is the NAO index observed and forecasted. So we're currently at around, let's say, plus 0.3. Sorry, I forgot. Hasn't updated, hasn't it? Now, I thought it looked off. It looked the same as yesterday's. And it says, I don't know why it hasn't updated. Anyway, moving on from that, I must get rid of this from now on. Okay, so I did it again. So here is the GFS 12 says. So GFS shows low pressure coming back in control. Today, the dry spell, we had about let me see now. We had about a week of dry weather actually. Pretty decent considering how wet it's been. But it's coming back now tomorrow and into the weekend. Initially in showers and sunshine, April showers, and quite cool. Like, the pressure isn't that deep really. That low isn't quite deep. It's a slack trough, a showery trough. So it'll be cool and showery with some sunshine in between. But by Monday, the low shifts to our north, and in comes a more of a westerly or a southerly wind. So we see more like general areas of rain and showers at the same time. So wetter and windier than as well, but also milder. Now into early May, we see a high pressure building over us. Let me see. So by May 3rd, we've got a high to our southwest, also towards Scandinavia. We've kind of got a ridge there, but there's also a low towards Iceland. Now into May 4th, we see generally higher pressure, bit showery, but I don't know. Kind of slack pressure really, and beyond that, we see heights rising to our east, and we go into quite a warmish and drier spell until we see low pressure coming back into mid-May. So there you go. So bit of a changeable GFS 12 set there. So here is the ECM. ECM again is showery with a slack trough into the weekend, into Monday. That low repositions to our west and northwest to bring in this Atlantic flow, so getting more rain than it's there. And by the 1st of May, we're seeing a high pressure building towards Iceland, Greenland, Scandinavia, and the Atlantic, and therefore that pushes the low southwards. And easterly by May 2nd, drying out in the north as well, also in the south by May 3rd, and by May 4th, we're quite slack again. And, well, I think that low, if anything, is coming in beyond May 5th. So here is the GEM. GEM is again showery into the weekend. And then Monday and Tuesday, that low is right over us, bringing more rain and showers. Now, into early May, again, we see an easterly, like the GEM. Like the ECM with a GEM. They're similar. And actually, this is different now. Into the first weekend of May, which of course is a long weekend, we see the high pressure going towards Greenland, and down comes a northerly. So that's quite chilly, but stays quite dry. Here is the UK Met Run. So UK Met Run, again, showery and quite chilly, slack trough, winds in from the north or east over the weekends. Into Monday, more of a westerly or southerly winds, and into early May, in more of an easterly. Drier in the north, but quite damp in the south. Now, with the way it's going, I'd assume that this gets going towards Greenland, this block, and this trough might drop southwards after it, and might bring a bit of a cooler northerly flow. But I think that this run and the GEM are similar, while the ECM and GFS are similar, if you see what I mean, with regards to what happens in early May. Here's the icon. So here's the icon. Again, this trough knocking around into the weekend, into Monday. It goes to our north, and we see some fronts coming in off the Atlantic, some slow moving rain on those fronts as well, some heavy rain into early May. Okay, so we see heights rising to our north and towards Scandinavia, towards Greenland, Canada. This low goes to our south, easterly flow, warmish, getting a bit drier, but it's quite a complex pattern. Here is the arpege, last but not least. Again, quite a messy chart into the weekend, but at least the low isn't deeper. Now, beyond that, again, as we know, the low just stays around into Monday and Tuesday. But we can see by Tuesday there are hints of this ridge from the Azores towards Greenland and this ridge from like Ukraine, Belarus, Baltic countries up to Russia, Scandinavia, out towards Svalbard. They're both going towards Greenland and would probably connect if we could go forward to May 1st. So everyone, thanks for watching. Early May looking a bit changeable, but the exact position of this area of high pressure that we get going as a result of these two will determine exactly what happens. If we may see just a drier spell, or even just more low pressure, or even a cold northerly shot. Who knows? It's quite a long way off, and time will tell. These models, of course, will tell. Okay, so everyone, thanks for watching. For now, we know it's getting more unsettled again, initially with showers, but next week in the form of general rain. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.